Plaintiff Viola Hare Wilson says growing up, she never knew her father. But 10 years ago, she was told that she and the defendants share the same father. Unfortunately, the defendant's father passed away, so she petitioned the court for a DNA test to see if the defendants are her half-sisters. Defendants Desiree Osby C. and her sister Shalise Osby say their father wasn't in their lives growing up, and 4 years ago he told Desiree that he may have another daughter. Both are eager to find out if they have another sister today.
All right, and we're here to check the DNA test to determine whether you all are family by blood,
yes,
or just family by love.
yes.
Tell me about your relationship with the ladies here, or give me some background on yourself first.
Okay, first, the background story is about 10 years ago, me and my beautiful daughter here, Amore, we were in a clothing store.
But both you ladies are beautiful. Let me make that
thank
clear.
you.
And I'm glad my wife is not here. That's the only time I can say that. She was here yesterday. I even made the comment that when young pretty girls come in here, she fold her arms and look up there on that front row and say, "You better not bat an eye."
I would do that. That's
She
what I
ain't
would
here
do.
today, and her cousin Sean, you better not tell her. And her niece, who Linda raised for the most part, you better not tell her.
I would do that too.
Go ahead, but I thought I'd throw that compliment out while I can.
But that sounds like me. I would do that too.
You would too, in that
Yes,
front.
yes, I
You
would.
better not bat an eye. All
Yes,
right.
I would.
Go ahead.
But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it, especially coming from you, Judge Mathis. Thank you. So about 10 years ago, me and my daughter were in a clothing store, and I was looking at an outfit on a mannequin, and a young lady came in behind me, and she was admiring the same outfit. And we happened to look at each other, and we realized that we recognized each other from high school. And she's like, "Oh, hey, Viola, how you doing?" And I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And she was like,
From
"Oh,
high school, you knew each other.
from high school,
Okay.
yes." And she said to me, she's like, "Oh," she said, "I just got off the phone with your father." So I looked at her for a moment because I don't know my father. I kind of was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Who's my father?" And then she said, "Uncle Charlie," which is, their father. So I pulled her aside and I asked her if she can give me a little bit more information on this man. Because prior to that, I had asked, as I got older, I had started to ask people about who they thought my father could be. So she said to me, I said, "Well, okay, this man says he's my father." She said, "We all know he's your father. We knew it since high school." So I'm like, okay. So I said to her, I said, if I give you my phone number, when you contact him, see if it's okay if I call him or he calls me, whichever one. So she ended up calling me about 2 days later. And she said, "He's gonna call you." I said, "Okay." So he called me and we talked. And I asked him, "Are you my father?" He said, "Yes." I said, "How do you know you're my father?" And he told me the backstory on him and my mother. And I said, "Well, if you're my father, where have you been?" And he said, "Well, to tell you the truth," he said, "I wasn't such a good guy." Later on, I found out that, if I am his child, at that time, he was married, so,
Okay. Had you out of wedlock.
Right. So
While married.
Right. So I wasn't a child that really should have, I guess, been known about or whatever. He said he did come around when I was little. But of course I don't remember because I was very little. He did try to see if we could meet up on several occasions, but I was bitter. I was angry. I'm not going to lie. I really had no interest in him.
Yep.
So I kind of we talked for a couple weeks, but something deep inside just was like, let it go. You've been, it's been all of this time without him.
Both you ladies are beautiful. Let me make that
thank
clear. And I'm glad my wife is not here. That's the only time I can say that. She was here yesterday. I even made the comment that when young pretty girls come in here, she fold her arms and look up there on that front row and say, "You better not bat an eye."
Plaintiff Viola Hare Wilson says 10 years ago, she learned that she and the defendants may have the same father. So she petitioned the court for a DNA test to find out if they are related.
I knew my dad for about 2 weeks. One, just like you said, they say he used to come pick me up in the projects when I was age 1 and come back. Found out he was married, and that's why. So later he did marry my mom, and that lasted a year and left, didn't see any more. Then when I was 14, my mother couldn't control me anymore. I was in the street gangs in the projects where we lived. So she said, go stay with your father. He can straighten you out for the summer. I said, I don't know that man. Why are you sending me over there? Went over there for about 2 weeks. Found out he was a hustler. He had a resale shop upstairs where he would buy it from hot material from the street gangs. I knew that gang because I was on the other side of town. I said, oh, he ain't nothing but a criminal either. So I joined up with that gang on that side of town. When my mother come over there, she see me in the gang attire. She immediately smacks him, takes me home. I never saw him again. His daughters, my sisters, showed up after television. And the one I embrace most, and I'm proud of this, she just came to me on the Mathis side, is Atala Shabazz. She's the daughter of Malcolm X.
Oh, wow.
So she tells me, from her knowledge, she believes I'm related to them. Wow. So I'm the cousin of Malcolm X. All right, well, that's all good news. Me and you share a lot, and you all know about mine now. And let me hear from you about you all's life and your background and how it might relate to Ms. Wilson.
Well, I'm the oldest daughter, and my mom was the one that was married to my dad at the time. I was raised, I was born in New Jersey, but then I was moved to Virginia. So I really didn't see my dad unless I went home to Atlantic City because my mom worked 2 and 3 jobs. As far as finding out about Viola, approximately about 4 years ago, my dad stated that I might have a sister. And I'm like, okay. So it wasn't until the day he was being pulled off the ventilator, she was called to the hospital. And the family right now on my dad's side is upset with us. But I told them, it's not about y'all, it's about us.
There you go.
And we have to
your needs, your desires.
Build this. We have to give her closure. If this is her dad, she'll know, and then she'll be part of our family no matter what. So.
See, that's what I wanted to hear. How about you, young lady?
Right,
what do you want to tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so I'm the youngest. So I met my father. The first memory I have of him, I was about 2 years old, I think. He would come and, come visit periodically. But up until about 2015, I didn't actually have a relationship with him per se. And one day, just out the blue, I called him. And because I don't think I had talked to him for about 4 years prior to that. I was born out of wedlock. He and my mother dated for about a year, and I was conceived and born, but he was never around, in the household. So my memories of him before 2015 were that I could count how many times on my one hand that I had seen him. So that's going to tell you a lot. Yeah. But he passed.
Now, did that inspire you guys or what? Not having your dad around. Did it say I kind of want to prove to him or prove to myself that I don't need him? That never was your sentiment? Maybe that's boys, because that's how I felt.
I'm going to say for me, it didn't work out well for me.
Okay, didn't inspire
I don't have that great story to tell. Honestly, the best thing that I probably I got married, to my daughter's father, and it wasn't a good one. I think I was looking for the love. I don't want to say I was looking for the love of a father, but I know that I always dated older men. I'm 44 years old, and I say my best accomplishment is this young lady right here.
There you go. All right. You know what to say. That's the biggest accomplishment for Linda and I as well.
She's been a straight A student, and all through high school. She's in college now.
Excellent.
She's studying.
Stand up.
Yes, please.
Stand up. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. All right, state your name.
I'm Lori Wilson.
Where are you in school?
Rutgers University.
Oh, wow, good school. What do you intend to do?
My major right now is neuroscience, so I think I want to do research.
Neuroscience, and you're a student?
Yes.
All right, very good. We're proud of you. All right, and some folks, young men in particular, use it as a source of inspiration when your dad is not in your life. You know, a little anger, and I want to prove to him. And that kind of came after my mother passed. I was by myself. I said, but I'm gonna show him, and he's gonna hear about me one day.
Plaintiff Viola Hare Wilson says 10 years ago, she learned that she and the defendants may have the same father. So she petitioned the court for a DNA test to find out if they are related.
So there you have it. And you all didn't have any of those feelings either?
I'm similar to Viola. I've always dated older men, and it comes from, I believe, not having a father figure in my life. But the one thing that I did differently, and I speak to the audience to please take the time to get to know your baby daddy. Like, I made sure I was not going to have a father like I had. I made sure that my son was going to have a man present in his life. And I have my ex-husband. We're not married anymore because it's just differences. But he's a good, we're a strong bond. We raised our son good. He's actually about to graduate from Morgan State next month. His birthday was yesterday, so. But he's really independent, works hard.
I believe personalities are genetics. Let's see, though. I really do believe that personalities are genetic. I see the personalities of a couple of my children are just like mine. The mannerisms in a lot of ways. You can see hers is like yours sometimes. The mannerisms, I can see they hold their head, just different things. And I said, that can only come through genetics. Because they've been doing it since they were toddlers. And I'm glad you all are going to continue your relationship as friends, and tell that woman to stay out y'all business. Yeah, they are not related. Right. But at least you all will be friends and be able to associate with each other. God bless y'all.
She's gonna have to get through it, and hopefully we'll remain friends, and hopefully one day she'll find her true dad. I pray that you do.
I just hope she gets the closure she needs.